Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to talk about Malala Yousafzai's Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech. About the speaker, Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani education advocate who, at the age of 17 in 2014, became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban. Yousafzai became an advocate for girls' education when she herself was still a child, which resulted in the Taliban issuing a death threat against her. On October 9, 2012, a gunman shot Malala when she was traveling home from school. She survived and has continued to speak out on the importance of education. In 2013, she gave a speech to the United Nations and published her first book titled I'm Malala. About the speech, Malala is very thankful that the Nobel Committee chose to give her this prize, the Nobel Peace Prize. She thanks her parents and her teachers who inspired her to believe herself and be brave. She is very proud to be the first Pakistani and the youngest person ever to receive this prize. Because she's so young, she makes a joke about how she still fights with her brothers. In addition, she is happy to receive this prize together with Kailash Satyarthi, who has worked for the rights of children for a long time. Malala points out that this prize is not just for her. It is a prize for all children who want education, for children who want peace, and for children who want change. She says that she's there to stand up for these children's rights, to make people to take action and make the world a better place for all children. She says, I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is a story of many children, many girls. I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is the story of many girls. In her speech, while thanking her parents, Malala says, I would like to thank my parents for the unconditional love. Thank you to my father for not clipping my wings and for letting me fly. Thank you to my mother for inspiring me to be patient and to always speak the truth, which we strongly believe in the true message of Islam. And also thank you to all my wonderful teachers who inspired me to believe in myself and be brave. I'm proud, well, in fact, I'm very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award. Along with that, along with that, I'm pretty certain that I'm also the first recipient of Nobel Peace Prize who still fights with her younger brothers. I want there to be peace everywhere, but my brothers and I are still working on that, unquote, Malala. So this is how Malala, in her speech, she thanks her parents, she thanks all the people of Pakistan, she thanks everybody, including her teachers, who inspired her to continue her work in spite of all the difficulties. Further, speaking on education, Malala says, education is one of the blessings of life and one of its necessities. That has been my experience during the 17 years of my life. In my paradise home Swat, I always loved learning and discovering new things. I remember when my friends and I would decorate our hands with henna on special occasions, and instead of drawing flowers in the patterns, we would paint our hands with the mathematical formulas and equations. Things, however, changed, she further says, but things did not remain the same. When I was in Swat, which was a place of tourism and beauty, suddenly changed into a place of terrorism. I was just 10, that more than 400 schools were destroyed, women were flogged, people were killed, and our beautiful dreams turned into nightmares. Education went from being a right to being a crime. Education went from being a right to being a crime. Girls were stopped from going to school. This is how she mentions about the importance, the necessity of education. Now, Malala has only two options. She says, when my world suddenly changed, my priorities also changed too. I had two options. Malala had two options. One was to remain silent and wait to be killed. And the second was to speak up and then be killed. So she chose the second option. What is the second option? To speak up, then be killed. This is what she decided. She concluded the speech with the hope that this is the last time one has to fight for education. She says, let's begin this ending together today, right here, right now. Let's begin this ending now, she said. Now, let's have a brief discussion about the theme of Malala Yousafzai's speech while accepting the Nobel Peace Prize. Malala's central message is that no matter what the obstacles, whether they may be economic, cultural, social, everybody is entitled to a quality education as a human right. In the words of the young activist, she says, education is education. We should learn everything and then choose which path to follow. And she has emphasized the need and the importance of education, especially for the girls. Now, the key points which we should remember from Malala Yousafzai's speech while accepting the Nobel Peace Prize. Number one, in this speech, Malala has expressed her gratitude towards her parents. She has thanked her mother, her father, her teacher. She has also mentioned the condition of education in SWAT before the terrorism began and after the terrorism. She had the two options. She also mentioned the two options left for her, and out of the two options, she selected the second option, which was to speak up and then be killed. She has mentioned that the half the population of the world suffering from the problems of war, poverty, and injustice. And finally, she has mentioned her opinions, her views on the education for girls. She has emphasized the need and the significance of education, especially for girls. Thank you so much for listening. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.